Reading and understanding nature is seen as a fundamental skill in many cultures. The colors of the sky is a significant part of predicting natural events. But have you ever pondered what these daunting colors of the sky might signify? Today we'll delve into how different colors of the sky forecast natural events and what these colors signify. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay updated on the latest videos. Let's get it on. Green sky, supercell storms. On July 5, 2022, life in South Dakota was pretty standard. People were enjoying their vacations, children were playing in parks, families were having barbecues. However, one thing was different. Unexpectedly, the sky took on a dense green color during daylight hours. The entire area was illuminated by this unnatural green light. While some citizens observed this situation with curiosity, others were seized with worry. This first-time encounter brought along a host of questions, and the local meteorological station started to be bombarded with inquiries. People dubbed this situation Apocalypse Green, and they anxiously wondered what was happening. A green sky is generally known as a harbinger of severe weather events. Especially prior to supercell storms, these intense green tones can be observed. But what does this mean? A green sky results from dense water droplets and hailstones accumulating in the clouds, which disperse sunlight into red and blue. These two light wavelengths combine to drape the sky in a green tone. This also indicates that there's a high amount of moisture and energy within the atmosphere, which signals a strong storm is on the horizon. Imagine being in such an event. As the sky rapidly darkens, the tension in the atmosphere escalates. Subsequently, the wind picks up and trees start to sway. All of a sudden, the green tones intensify, and the sky practically takes on a neon color. Then, a high-pitched wind noise and a hum are heard. And finally, the sky opens up, and a supercell storm begins with hail, strong winds, and lightning. If the sky turns green, this situation can be a sign that a supercell storm is approaching. Therefore, remember that when the sky turns green, you need to immediately take shelter. Blue sky. The sky taking on a distinct blue tone is usually the result of moist air trapped between hot and cold air. This can be understood especially during the summer months by observing the dense blue clouds in the sky after a hot day and the subsequent sudden drop in temperature. This pronounced blue tone is a harbinger of tornado formations. So what does this terrifying weather event that follows the blue sky mean? A tornado is a rotating air column that usually forms within a supercell storm. These usually move very quickly and can cause large-scale destruction within a short time. This event, which comes after the blue sky, swallows everything around it and wreaks havoc over a wide area. A tornado is a rotating air column that extends from the sky to the ground, typically in the shape of a funnel. The wind speed within it can reach up to 186 miles per hour. These wind speeds can cause houses to collapse, trees to be uprooted, and even vehicles to be lifted into the air. Especially in the Midwestern regions of the United States, in an area known as Tornado Alley, these events occur frequently. Here, more than 500 tornadoes form in the region each year on average. The occurrence of such an intense and violent weather event after such a peaceful and calm blue sky shows how unpredictable and impressive nature can be. Therefore, if the sky turns a distinct blue, it should be perceived as a warning of a potential tornado formation. If you encounter such a situation, the best strategy is to immediately enter a shelter and be safe. Red sky. We've seen that the soothing blue tones are the harbingers of terrifying tornadoes. However, nature's color palette doesn't end there. Let's now look at another dramatic color shift and its impressive consequences. Just like the vivid red paints an artist strokes onto their canvas, the sky can also take on these fiery tones. However, this time, instead of an artistic tableau, we're witnessing forest fires. Forest fires have become a major threat to both people and nature, particularly in recent years. Global warming and the overuse of coastal areas by humans have increased both the frequency and severity of these fires. Seeing the sky turn red just before the fires start is a commonplace situation. This happens due to the heavy smoke from the fire and particles in the atmosphere. When forest fires start, they emit a large amount of smoke and ash into the surrounding area. When these particles mix with the atmosphere, they scatter sunlight, giving the sky a red color. However, this situation is not just a beautiful visual experience. It also alerts people to this dangerous situation and allows them to take necessary precautions. A forest fire can spread very quickly and affect a large area. Therefore, when you see the sky turning red, you need to be safe and flee from the fire immediately. However, in this situation, the best strategy is to be proactive against forest fires. That is, to take necessary precautions before fires start and prevent such a situation from occurring. Pink sky. While pink is known as the symbol of romance and elegance, it signifies a completely different situation in atmospheric science. While the sky turning pink towards the sunset usually signifies a peaceful end to the day, the sky taking on a bright pink color in the middle of the day or at night is a harbinger of severe rainstorms. So why and how do these severe rainstorms occur? Actually, the answer to this question is quite complex. Severe rainstorms usually occur as a result of the collision of humid and hot air conditions with a cold air mass. This collision disrupts the airflow and causes the clouds to rise, and hence the rain to start. During these storms, the reason for the sky taking on a bright pink color is the interaction between sunlight and clouds. Sunlight is scattered by moist air molecules in the atmosphere and water droplets in the clouds. This scattering causes the sky to take on a pink color. But don't see this as just a visual feast. A severe storm is coming your way. Severe rainstorms have a major impact on both natural life and human life. It can drop excessive amounts of rain in a short time, and this situation can lead to floods, inundations, and even landslides. Therefore, when we see the sky turning pink, we should be prepared for a possible rainstorm. Purple sky. Moving from a magnificent pink sky to dazzling purple tones, let's look at another unusual weather event. This time, our colorful warning is the dark purple sky and the lightning storms that ensue immediately afterward. The dazzling and frighteningly beautiful harbinger of a lightning storm is usually a dark purple sky. The fact that such a powerful and uncontrollable natural event warns us with this rare color of the sky is quite ironic. However, this transformation of the sky into this color is a sign that lightning storms are inevitable, and precautions should be taken accordingly. Lightning storms occur when the weather changes rapidly. These types of storms are often seen in situations where a warm air mass encounters a cold air mass, and the warm air mass rises rapidly. The rising hot air triggers the formation of clouds and the start of lightning storms. The reason for the sky turning purple is related to complex interactions between clouds and the atmosphere. Water vapor and dust particles in the atmosphere scatter and reflect sunlight in different ways, causing the sky to appear in various colors. Dark purple is known as the harbinger of a high-energy atmosphere and a potential lightning storm. Lightning storms are one of the most powerful and frightening formations of nature. A lightning strike can tear apart trees, burn buildings, and even kill animals and humans. Therefore, understanding the signs of an impending lightning storm and acting accordingly is of vital importance. Yellow sky. A color that rivals apocalypse scenarios, bright yellow, and the ensuing terrifying sandstorms. Sandstorms are intense weather events where soil and sand particles rise into the atmosphere due to the force of the wind, usually in arid and sandy regions. This situation usually causes the sky to appear in a bright yellow color. This unique color of the sky serves as a visible warning sign and alerts to the approaching danger. The science behind the formation of a bright yellow sky is due to light interacting with sand and dust particles in the atmosphere. These particles scatter and reflect sunlight, causing the sky to appear yellow. In addition, a high amount of sand and dust suspended in the air that obstructs the spread of this light can completely block sunlight, leading to the sky appearing in a more intense yellow color. These storms usually start quickly and rapidly affect large areas. Storms can reduce visibility to zero and cause breathing difficulties, so it is vital to be prepared for an upcoming sandstorm. The effects on human health include respiratory problems, eye irritations, and skin problems. They can also erode agricultural soils, destroy vegetation, and thus disrupt the balance of the ecosystem. Orange sky. And here we are, one of the most terrifying and at the same time most impressive spectacles of nature: volcanoes. Times when the sky turns an orange color can generally be a sign of volcanic activity. Volcanic eruptions are characterized by the ejection of magma, ash, gas, and rock fragments from the Earth's interior to the surface. These eruptions occur as a result of pressure in the Earth's crust and usually occur with great force and impact. During and after volcanic eruptions, the sky is usually seen in an orange color. This is an optical effect caused by volcanic ash and gases mixing with the higher layers of the atmosphere. This can be a signal for people and authorities to go on alert. In such situations, it is important for the public to implement evacuation plans and take necessary safety measures. The transformation of the sky into an orange color can also be seen in other weather events. For example, large forest fires also turn the sky an orange color. However, it is usually associated with volcanic eruptions, and an orange sky is a serious warning sign for people living near a volcano. Gray sky. Yes, the weather event heralded by a dense gray sky is, in other words, hailstorms. Hailstorms are hard, frozen raindrops that form in the upper layers of the atmosphere and usually occur with heavy rainfall and thunderstorms. These hailstones can sometimes be the size of small ice pieces, but they can also grow up to the size of a golf ball. Hailstones the size of a golf ball can cause serious damage and injuries when they hit the surface. The sky turns heavily gray before a hailstorm. This graying indicates the presence of particularly cold air layers and a high level of humidity over a wide area that support hail formation. In such cases, the gray shades of the sky are a clear indicator of the impending dangerous hailstorm. Let's recall a historic hailstorm in Kansas, USA in 1986. The sky had turned a weighty gray tone just before the storm. The hailstones that fell during the storm went down in history as the largest hailstone measured at a local meteorological station. The diameter of this hailstone was about 7 inches and it weighed about 1.6 pounds. The destruction of hailstorms and the size of hailstones depend on the intensity of the hail. Quickly, weather conditions change. Taking precautions in such events is key to minimizing material damage and ensuring personal safety. Lilac Sky. From the impressive and terrifying power of hailstorms, we transition to a more tranquil but equally destructive natural event, namely floods. Floods are situations where the water level rises far above the normal level, usually as a result of excessive rainfall, melting snow, or the breaking of a dam. Floods can paralyze life and cause destruction over a wide area. These natural events can affect many things, from agricultural lands to houses, infrastructure, and even human lives. A purple sky is usually the harbinger of these events. The reason for this is that light of this color can be more easily scattered by water vapor and dust particles in the atmosphere, especially under heavy cloud cover and high humidity levels. Let's explain this situation better with an example. In 1993, the Midwest region of America experienced one of the worst floods in its history as a result of excessive rainfall throughout the summer months. During these floods, the water levels at the confluence of the Missouri and Mississippi rivers reached record levels. It's important to note that many people reported that the sky had turned a strange shade of purple before the flood. Being prepared for such events and observing the color changes in the sky is very important in order to minimize possible damages. Reddish brown sky. While the echoes of the devastation created by the turning of the sky to purple and the ensuing floods are still ringing in our ears, let's now turn our attention to the reddish-brown hues of the sky and another destructive natural event they herald, namely landslides. Landslides are natural events that occur when the Earth moves downward, usually as a result of excessive rainfall, earthquake, or volcanic activity. It can also occur due to the saturation of the soil with water and the increase in its weight. This disrupts stability and causes the soil to move downward due to the force of gravity. The reddish-brown sky, on the other hand, is usually the harbinger of such a natural event. It is believed that light of this color is more easily scattered by water vapor and dust particles in the atmosphere. Especially after heavy rainfall, the saturation of the soil surface and gravity increase the likelihood of such a natural event occurring. For example, the devastating landslide that occurred in California in 2018 is particularly etched in memories. This event occurred in Santa Barbara County and resulted in the death of at least 13 people. The night before the landslide, weather reports had warned of heavy rainfall, and the sky had turned a strange reddish-brown tone. In conclusion, witnessing these impressive and frightening events of nature is a series of warnings and signs that nature gives us. Each color can be a harbinger of a specific weather condition, And being prepared for these events both protects our lives and allows us to respect this magnificent show of nature.